Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean? What do I mean? What do I mean? What? But, but what? But you and those other ones cast that spell in the first stage to find out who started doing all of the M-word? Yeah. And, and included a, confession compulsion, which you, rearranged the order of. But the thing is, like, it was meant to find you, Damien. It was meant to find you, and you idiotically took it after it found you, and you brought it back to me to try to put in my brain to try to get me to confess to something I didn't do. Like a dumb butt. So, it found you. It did its job. I thanked it for its service, and I dismissed it. Because, like, that's what you do with, like, an intelligent non-entity. That's the thing, like, this is something that Damien doesn't understand, for example. Like, there's Sattva entities, and there's Asattva non-entities. The thing is, like, about a spell, like, some of them are entities, because they have to be. Like a magic card, for example. In some cases, like, say I enchanted a card to come to life, for example. There is a latent Tanmata Sattva in the card. There's like a latent potential entity in the card. And you use a summon, in theory. Like, you pay the equivalent, mana or whatever. Even as a Vojas or whatnot. And, boom, Semper Gayati comes to life, etc. But that's like an entity that is like contained within the spell, and the spell itself would be a non-entity. But the thing is, like, it's a non-entity that's by itself like pure intelligence. So, like, then, for example, if you get into things like Sagita or choruses versus Samyoga or consensus, then, like, the card essentially is a Sattva Asattva Samyoga, or an entity being the thing that gets summoned, the Asattva, which is the mantra itself that does the summoning, and a Samyoga that is a consensus between the two, that they like exist in that way. So in that way, like, the spell had a number of purposes. One was to find, one was to compulse a confession. So the little idiot wanted me to make a confession in court to being the one that created original sin. And that's, like, literally actually impossible. But it's determined to make that mantra work that way, in a way that it can't work. And so, since it did its job, at least in finding the little idiot, thank it for its service, send it on its merry way, let it go back to Spellhome. That would be neat if that worked that way. Alright, but anyway. And so, the reason the episode opened with that little idiot freaking right out is like, what do you mean? You're not supposed to be able to compulse people. No, you don't. No, you don't. You never even used it right properly. And you made it so much worse for yourself when you did that angel dance, too. What do you mean? Well, thing is, I made that dance in 2022. Or 2023. Actually, 2023. No. Actually, no, I made it this year. So I made that dance this year. I made that dance this year, Dip. And you as the Antichrist did stuff with a dance made in 2024? Backwards in time from your room in New York. Because time travel actually can work that way with magic. Specifically with one idiot always going back. Oh dear. So Damien, for a fact, I know that you shouldn't have been screaming for the past like 3 years that all of your back travel to Mott had been taken away. What? What do you mean? Dip. It's 2024. And pretty much only Damien's been going back in time this whole time. And Damien's been asking, like, why is all my back travel to Armada going away? Why can't I go back in time anymore? Because he can't? And that's about it? But, well, what? Are you going to say but more chuckle laughing? Damien. Damien. Do you even know what's going on in New York right now, Damien? Because honestly, I'm not sure. Damien, you're not going to be able to go back in time? Like, assuming there is Tanmata. Like, let's just assume for a second there is. How are you going to do that if you're dead in a way that helps you? You won't be able to go back in time and just, like, be able to keep yourself from dying. That doesn't work that way. If you start thinking it worked that way, you really screw yourself up in the, like, the ability to recognize time in any direction. Which actually might make sense. With all, like, taking an angel dance thing. Damien, we've established that you took a dance, like an angel dance, and screwed with times backwards, specifically. Like, specifically. Because all the stuff that, like, you did with it, probably pretending to be me because I'm the source of the dance, like, it all happened way before 2024. Like, all of it before 2024, and some of it way before 2024. And then there's the whole Taster Dylan Dix thing. Yet again, you've been doing a lot of stuff as Damien completely in the wrong Paria days, like in the complete wrong time order. Damien, pushing around those neurotransmitters, that's exactly what screwed you up. Using Belena Karyadi on neurotransmitters to try to get Mala to happen wasn't going to work. But what? Damien. The mantra found you, Damien. And I told you certain key details, and you compulsed yourself, didn't you? You shouldn't have, like, just tuned out the rest of what the mantra said. Yeah, you just shouldn't have. Oh, wait a minute. You didn't. You listened. That's why you tried to use it on me. That's so stupid, though. Alright. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment below.